Well, we are apparently live. Hey, Brandon, you're number one on Instagram. How are you? I am away. I'm down in New Jersey, but I thought I would get on and check in and see what happens. JLJ Machining, welcome aboard. I don't see anybody on YouTube, so I am simultaneous. I'm on I'm on YouTube over here and Instagram over here. I don't have my usual setup, so it doesn't. You could tell which camera I'm looking at. But I'm down in New Jersey, doing some family stuff, and got here today in 95-degree weather, and it's okay. Wonder if my mic is. Wonder if my mic is doing okay here. I sure would like somebody to give me an audio check on YouTube. Anyway, I'm here to just hang out and chat. I have a couple things to tell you guys. Nothing major, but here we are, and it's coming up on 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Hope you guys survived the heat wave. JLJ, what are you doing tonight? Tulio, welcome aboard. So if you guys don't know, I do have a YouTube channel. And if you enjoy the lives I do, then you should subscribe. And the YouTube channel is Kinetic Precision NH. If you're on Instagram, you could go to my links in bio and you'll find the channel. Ooh, you got your robo drill. Nice. So new to you. That means you got a used robo drill and it's up and running and you made some vice jaws. That's awesome. I was just listening to Within Tolerance podcast, and Oz Machine, I believe, was also talking about robo drills, I think, and other machines. So I've never had my hands on a robo drill. I've seen it, but I've never run one. But they sound fast, and it should be a lot of fun. Good for you, man. What state are you in? State of confusion with the new machine. I know, but what state are you in? I'm gonna move this camera and attempt to get a little bit more alignment here. That's not bad. Virginia, excellent. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing some pictures on the intertubes about your new machine. That'd be kind of cool. Precisely imprecise. Welcome aboard. Is it Sunday? Is today Sunday? It is neither Sunday. Hey, Black Fister, welcome aboard. New subscriber. It is neither Sunday nor is it 1300 on the East Coast. I'm down in New Jersey, doing some family stuff for a couple of days, and I thought I would just have a live with you guys because that's what you do when you're bored. We got some stuff done today. We discovered my mom's car had a very dead battery, extremely dead battery, a battery that had gone to meet its maker. So we're dealing with that. So tomorrow we should have a little repair action going. Boy, when you're away from your shop and you need all your tools and you don't have any of your tools, it's a real pain in the neck. Um, and then when I realized that you have a modern car, and when you change the car battery, you have 27 different things you have to reset and reauthorize and do all this other stuff. And what a pain in the neck. Hang on, I'm going to do a little lighting adjustment here. Whoops. It's all about the lighting. So what are you guys up to? Is it dinner time? I apologize if I kept you from dinner. If we get enough guys on here tonight, and I use guys in the generic sense, I actually do have a question for you, believe it or not. And if anybody could check the YouTube live, that would be mighty useful. Because right now, I do not see this microphone going blippity blip, and that's starting to scare me. Like my audio is not getting out. Killing time, waiting for your partner to get out of work. Yep. So I saw 95 degrees on the thermometer on the way down, and it was 94 here for a lot of the day. So I'm happy to be inside in air conditioning. Nicholas, welcome aboard. Welcome to a random live from the great state of New Jersey, the Garden State. And absolutely nobody has checked in on YouTube. It's kind of weird. So I'm hoping that YouTube is actually functional. I've never done a live from my laptop, and I'm interested to know if it's working. So if anybody is sitting around with their computer in front of them, please go to the YouTube channel and tell me if you see the live. Nicholas, where are you? What state are you in? I can't keep track of everybody, so if I've asked you this before, forgive me. My drive was 6 hours today, and it was very smooth. A little bit of traffic, not much. Well, there's Nick. How are you, Nick? I know what you're thinking, Nick. You're thinking, what the heck is he doing? Oh, man. So 6 hours in the car, Middle Tennessee. Cool. So I'm down in Jersey doing family stuff for a couple of days, helping out mom. 6 hours of driving, smooth as silk. I took one break at Newburgh, New York, and no problems, no issues. A little bit of a slowdown on the launch, which was rush hour in the greater Boston area. But after that, it was smooth sailing. The air conditioning in my Ford was fine, and that was an important thing. So, boy, howdy! I wish I could tell if my audio is working on YouTube. Isn't it always audio problems? Anyway, so what are you guys up to? Let's see. Can't remember where Nick is. I think you're on the East Coast, but I'm not sure. I don't know what time zone folks are in. Tuck Garage. I know what time zone you're in. Hey, Tuck. Live from New Jersey. Oh, you're in Louisiana. Excellent. Hi, question mark. Tuck says, what are you doing? What is this? What is this random live? It's random. It's a random live. There's no There's no mystery about it. I have no idea what I'm doing. The lighting is very weird. The only one that matters, correct. Oh man. So yeah, I'm down in Jersey helping out, and I'm actually, I like to call this, this is my mom's machine shop. You see, because there's the machine, and it is as close to a CNC machine as you can get, and not be cutting metal. So that's a Bernina sewing machine right there, and mom is a black belt on the Bernina. Titus, welcome aboard. Nick, welcome aboard. You guys are saying like it's not Sunday, it's not 1 p.m. Nope, it is random. Um, hey Tuck, can you check my YouTube feed? Because I am not convinced. K Tech Manufacturing. Good evening. I hope you're cooling off. Excellent, Nick. You're a white belt on the Bernina. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Mom had a gear failure. I guess there was a plastic gear in there, and she had some sort of a gear issue, and it got taken care of pretty good. Doug says we're here for the content. Yeah, thanks. Okay, if you're on, I think I just saw you pop onto the YouTube. Just let me know. Audio is good on YouTube. Okay, so that was Nicholas who popped over on YouTube. Thank you. Because like all things, I get a couple of green dots on the bottom of the YouTube app, and I really can't tell. I'm not using OBS. So at home I use OBS. Hi, Tuck. Thank you. Um, Thank you for checking in. Okay, so it is all working. At home I use OBS, and I use an external microphone, and I do all that kind of stuff, and it comes out great. This is a MacBook Pro built-in mic, and the YouTube built-in, from the browser app. So I don't have as much control or visibility. Thanks, Tuck. I appreciate it. I just wanted to know what it looks like when things are working. So, white belt on a Bernina, huh? I think I'm a white belt on the Bernina. I actually have a sewing project with me, minor, and I'm going to ask for some help from the expert. Let's see if I can't improve things here. That's not terrible. Widget Works Manufacturing, welcome aboard. I hope everybody stayed cool. So I heard on the internet, therefore it must be true, that the UK was the hottest place on planet Earth yesterday. They broke 100 everywhere, and I could believe that. I could believe that the numbers worked out that was the hottest place on the planet. That is kind of scary. Nicholas says there is less delay on the YouTube feed. I'm not too surprised. We have pretty good bandwidth here, so it must have to do with how Instagram does its stuff. Instagram is coming to you. That's Instagram right there. Instagram is coming to you from an iPhone, which it always does, and YouTube is coming to you from a MacBook Pro. Go figure. And yes, we're talking about nerdy crap because nerds will be nerds. That's the way it is. So one piece of news. It's not news. You already knew it. But tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, I think, because there was a little confusion with YouTube, there'll be a YouTube premiere dropping called The Engineer and the Illustrator. Hour, and it's sort of a podcast format, but it's on YouTube. You'll see myself and my kiddo, Sam. Meta is running you through their filter before broadcasting. Boy, I'm gonna clog that filter. That's pretty funny. Let's see, Masood, welcome aboard. I hope I got your name right. Um, just the same as Instagram to me. Okay, cool. So there you go. We're running 2 Apple products to make this happen. Yeah, so tomorrow night, check it out. And you don't have to be there for the premiere if you don't want, but it'll be fun. We'll be on chat live for the premiere, and then it'll be up on the YouTube channel. This is going to be a at least monthly thing, and it's a totally different format than than you're used to. It's just two people talking, two nerds talking, as Sam says. Aluminum stairs. Welcome aboard. Lightweight yet durable. I appreciate that. Um, do you make aluminum stairs? Is that your product? Because that's a great name. If you're a chef and your username is aluminum stairs, I would be a little worried about you. But let us know. By the way, today I'm wearing my this shirt was made for me by Crummy Welding, Roy Crumrine. He and his wife had a little T-shirt business for a while, and he made that for me. That's some hieroglyphics, and you could kind of interpret it the way you want. That symbol right there is from my antenna business, Antennasis. So thank you, Crummy, even though I know you're not here, but you're here in my heart. So if anybody has any questions, topics, I was thinking about something interesting today about grinding, and maybe we'll get to that. Just put it in the chat, and we'll have something to talk about. And I won't keep you guys super duper long tonight, unless you want to hang around. If you have to run, that's okay. But I fixed stuff for mom today, so I was allowed to go do whatever I want. So that's what I'm doing. So mom has this printer, this Epson printer, and it is clogging and clogging and clogging, and it uses ink, which costs $15,000 a gram. And I think I've convinced her to just get rid of the damn thing and use the printer at the library when she needs it. And it's one of those things where, am I interested in a CNC sewing machine? That's a dangerous thing to ask me because I'm interested in everything. I know they exist, and I know that there are some quilters. And my mom is a world class quilter. Um, I can't show you anything without breaking down the setup here, but uh, I know that the quilters use some CNC sewing machines that are pretty fancy. Paid duck tips. Welcome aboard. Do you know somebody named Free Duck Tips? Tiller 72, welcome aboard. These are new names, which means you probably have never been in on one of my lives, I think. So welcome. Usually my lives are about machining, and tonight is totally random. So am I interested in the CNC sewing machine? I'm interested in a lot of things. And when they start with CNC, it almost doesn't matter what comes after. I'm interested. Hey, triple caution, man. How are you? Dude, neighbor, welcome aboard. Yeah. Okay. You just won the internet tonight. Paid duck tips said, yeah, it wasn't lucrative to provide them for free. I love it. How do the ducks feel about that? That's what I want to know. Or are they the ones that are paying? Yeah, nice to see you, buddy. I don't see you on Sundays, which means you're probably busy on Sundays, and you're on Tuesday nights, you're goofing off. So it's nice to see you. How'd you do it with the heat tonight? It wasn't much cooler up north. So if you just joined us, whereas I'm usually in New Hampshire, and the channel name says New Hampshire. Tonight, I'm in New Jersey. So it's only a couple letters off. Usually at camp on the weekends. Okay, I forgive you. No problem. So this is my portable setup, right? I'm completely portable today. Uh, Hard to say. They just say quack. I've never had much of a conversation with a duck. We may have some duck art around here. We have some owl art. Yeah, I don't see a duck, but ducks have previously featured prominently in my mom's quilting art, but I don't see any. The heat is brutal in Idaho. Hi, Art. That makes Art, who is really Wes. Yeah. What temperatures did you see in Idaho? We were just talking about the UK. The UK was the hottest place on the planet. It was crazy. Just I've often said that statistics are lumpy, right? I also say that on average, everything's average. If you think about it, both of those things are true. So, yeah, the UK just got caught in the statistical crosshairs of just bad weather numbers, and they got cooked. So that was kind of weird. So it was 94 here today in New Jersey. I saw 95 on the road up in Orange, New Jersey, and yeah, it was pretty hot. And one of our friends doesn't live terribly far from here today. I'm sorry, doesn't live terribly far from where I am today, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to go visit him. 95 degrees in the Idaho. That's enough. We don't need any more than that. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. But the air conditioner in the Ford was just fine, and I survived. So I got a really nice shout out on Instagram about the grinding tips that I've given, and it helped out. And I'm trying to nail down who said it. I'm sorry, you just put me on the spot here. But anyway, I think the always dress the sides of your wheel tip paid off, and always spark out paid off, and that was nice to see. So I've been thinking about doing a grinder series, and I have a title in mind. Wes says the blower fan in my car died. Oh my God, it always picks the best time, right? Always picks the best time to do it. The battery in my mom's garaged car uh, just died. Just totally, you know, put the feet up in the air and with the X's on the eyes today. So tomorrow, I placed a phone call tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to get a call from the dealer, except she's been using the dealer and is a good customer, and we'll get the battery replaced. And you'll pay the big bucks, but it'll be done. T. Sanchez Morales. Mo- is it Morales? Because there's no L. I don't see an L, but T. Sanchez, welcome aboard. Job Shop Machining, welcome aboard. I hope you have a cold one in your hands. I got a cold one. It was. Is it? Is there supposed to be an L stuck in there, or is that my imagination? It looks like it would, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Never make assumptions about somebody's name. That's my rule. That's why people keep asking me about the telescope I made. I don't take offense. Yeah. So mom said, I think the battery in my remote control is dead. And I said, well, give it to me. I'll try it. And I tried it, and it was nothing happened. I said, you have another key remote thing? She says, yeah. She gives me that. I try it. Nothing happened. Like, this is kind of weird. So I opened the door to the car, and you know how when you open the door to a modern car, you hear a cacophony of noises. And I opened the door of their car and it was eerily silent. So I get in the car and I stick the key in and I clicked it to the sort of the first click because it's a physical, it's a Subaru and they have a physical key. And I went click. And usually, if you didn't have a cacophony of noises yet, you would have a cacophony of noises now. Nothing happened. All the screens, nothing happened. I'm like, we're dead. So I get in my car and I drove over to Lowe's and I spent $129 on a 10 amp charger. That's why there's a silicon shortage. Yeah. And I get this charger and I bring it home and I hook it up. And of course, this thing is supposed to like hook up to, it'll communicate with an app on your phone. Well, no way could I get that working. And I can understand why. I'm not really good with this technical stuff. So I couldn't make it work. Okay, fine. So just as a charger, I was using it as a charger. And it's a brand I've used before. I don't remember the name, but you know. So I put the charger on there, went had some snacks, came back, thing said, yeah, error. So I reset everything, tried it again, error. And I don't have my stuff. I don't have my shop. I don't have my lab. I can't like be measuring voltages and stuff. So it's like, yeah, we're done. This battery is toast. And I'm happy it got toasted in the garage. And now, how old do you think this battery is? I'll let you make some guesses. Okay. How old is this battery that is sitting here dead? Any guesses? Anything? Bueller? Bueller? Okay. Mr. Sanchez says 2 years. Mm-hmm. I will allow that is incorrect. 14. Wow. 14 months. 1 year. So Wes says 2 years. Almost machining. Welcome aboard. We're almost talking about machining, but not quite. Okay, I'll tell you the answer. The answer is 5 years. So some number of years ago, I looked at the state of batteries. Yes, original brand new battery. Uh, that is correct. So I looked at, I kind of looked. This is, old age and and wisdom and having way too many Chevys. And I made a decision that my rule on car batteries was 3 years and out. 3 years and out. And actually, I extended that rule to all lead acid batteries. Uh, so I think I'm answering your question almost. Um, so car batteries, lead acid car batteries, 3 years and out. And that has been a very good policy, an excellent policy. And this is a case where that policy would have completely eliminated this problem. And how much does a car battery cost? 150 bucks, or whatever. Amortized over 3 years, it's nothing. It's $1 a week. Yeah, they're different OEM. Retail can't buy good ones. 300 now. Well, so on my generator, I use a brand called Odyssey, which is an absorbed glass mat AGM battery with a metal case. I've run them. The one I have in the generator right now has been going 7 years. It's pretty impressive. A lot of money. It's like probably now it's 500 bucks easy for that battery in the generator. Okay. But that brand, that investment was worth it. But for your average car battery, 3 years out, gone. I extended that rule to gel cells, like the ones that are in UPSs. They're also a lead acid chemistry, and I have also found that that is a good rule. 3 years and out. Now, the lithium phosphate batteries, the new lithium batteries, much better. 3 years are rookie numbers. Hey, dude, I'm not. Life is too short. I do not want to be in the business of let's try all the wonderful technology we could do to make these batteries last longer. I don't care. I want reliability. Reliability. So this goes back, right? I'm going to tie this back to CNC machining. Watch. This is process reliability. Sometimes you give up speed for process reliability. This is one of those cases. You give up some shekels for process reliability, because the way car batteries fail, in my experience, okay, I've only driven 1,000,000 miles. Okay, in my experience, the way a car battery fails is it's perfectly fine in the morning, and in the evening it is dead as a doornail. So it's not like it gives you a hint and it says, "Hey, by the way, I'm sort of wearing out." I know sometimes they do, but a lot of times they avalanche fail. It's called an avalanche failure. They just go and they're done. So I don't want that failure. And I'm sure glad that my mom had that failure while the car is in the garage and while I'm here. So that was a good thing. But 3 years and out, I date the battery. I write the date on the battery, and when I go get an oil change, okay, no, I don't do my own oil changes, but I have a guy in town. When I do an oil change, we look at the battery, say, is it 3 years? And if the answer is yes, I say, and put a new battery in. That's all, and we just write the check. Process reliability. So some of you guys may be aware that I make PFG stones, trademark. And I offer bevels. Well, the way I do the bevels is I have the CNC grinder make the bevel. Period. And I get a lot of, gee, when are you going to get a diamond saw to make that go faster, more efficient? It's not more efficient. It's less efficient. I now have another piece of equipment, another footprint in the shop, another failure mode. Hey, you used your PFG stones in the new mill today. Excellent. I love it. Thank you for telling me that. Um, so sometimes you trade off speed for reliability. It's like go slower, but make it dead reliable. And that's a worthy trade-off. The battery thing ties in because we're saying, uh, take my money every 3 years, right? Just give me a new battery. No, we're not going to squeeze every last hour of operation out of that battery. I want process reliability. Why do we change our oil in the car? We want process reliability, right? We don't want to have a failure, especially when that failure is going to leave us sitting on the side of a road or worse, right? So that's the battery story. And it's strangely analogous to how I make bevels. And people say, you grind all that material off? That's so inefficient. No, dude, I'm grinding that material off while I'm eating dinner. And it comes out perfect every time. So, yeah. Who changes their oil? I used to change my oil. I used to get onto the car with my thing and change the oil. And I'm a 3,000 mile kind of guy. Even 2,000. I'll change the oil too much because it's better than too infrequently. But I think that the timer in my car and the stickers that my mechanic puts on the car are 5,000 miles. Yeah, just kidding. I know you're kidding, dude. So process reliability. How do we get there? Man. So I have a failure on the Ford where there's an air dam underneath the engine, right? That kind of controls the airflow under the engine, and it fits into a plastic holder this toward the front of the car, and then it goes up with two like quarter turn fasteners. Terrible design. It should have been a screw, with plenty of threads. So that thing has been failing, and the failure mode is one side releases and it flops down. And then when I get around to it, I stick my arm under there and I reconnect it, and then it goes away, goes for a while, and then it flops down. So I'm about to deal with that when I get home. Not reliable. I'd rather have a bolt. What was wrong with a bolt? No idea. Anyway, so what are you guys up to tonight? And do you have any questions that you want to talk about? I was about to get into some grinder stuff a little bit. So I want to do this series on the grinder, which is basically for guys that either are about to buy their first grinder or bought their first grinder. And it's not from the standpoint of how to inspect a grinder that you're about to buy, how to scrape a grinder, how to scrape the ways in, all that, how to inspect it before you buy. It's like you've got the grinder and you really are not experienced with it. What do I do? And from that point, I think I want to do a little bit of instruction. And making those videos would be a lot of work, but I think from the feedback I've gotten from everybody, it's probably going to hit the sweet spot of what people need with respect to a surface grinder. I think you could learn how to use a mill and a lathe from a dozen sources that are very good. Maybe half a dozen sources that are really good, and many more sources that are but there's not much on surface grinding. Ooh, Wes says, today I worked on some rope knurling tools. I think I saw your posts. They're ready for heat treat. I did see your post, and they were beautiful. You did a very nice job on those. I was pretty impressed. So that was pretty cool. I don't know if you described how you cut the knurling, but I really dug it. Very nice job there, Wes. So what are they made out of? What, because I know you're going for heat treating. Are they A2? O1? D7? Yeah. So Almost Machining says it's really hard to teach that sound. Even surface grinding has sounds and feelings. It really does have feelings. Right here. You're right. There is very little on grinding on the internet, and some of it is, I don't know. Some of it isn't that good. There was a guy, I won't mention his name. Some of you'll know who I'm talking about, who actually was a pretty decent tool maker, and he was doing a bunch of stuff on grinding. And then he decided he was going to take all of his material behind a paywall. Well, okay. So I went behind the paywall. I wrote the check, and I did learn some things from him. So I'm happy with my $49 or whatever it was. But my angle is, okay, you're a small shop guy. You want a grinder, and you want to do some grinding, so you bought a grinder. Now what? So I think that's a good place to start, and that's, I think, what I can contribute, because that was me. And one of the things I was thinking about is going to visit my old grinders. One's up in Maine, one's down the street, and talk to the new owners and show the machines, and then show my new machine, and basically show that all of these surface grinders are the same, right? They look different. Some of them have electronic controls on them. Some have hydraulic, and some of them have nothing but Armstrong controls, right? So once you accept that they're all basically the same, you can start talking about the basics of grinding. Wes says, I turned them on my Rose engine lathe. Oh, what a cool machine. They're O1, and you're going to try A2 next. I think you might like A2. O1 is pretty robust and pretty simple. A2 is a little. I think you need to pay a little more attention on heat treating. It's not hard. It's actually nice because it's air. It's air quenching. But I love A2. I think it's wonderful. Um, Somebody help me. Who made that wonderful post about grinding the side of the wheels? I can't use my phone to go figure out who it was because my phone's right here. Um, but he was sparking out on a chuck. He ground a chuck in, and he was sparking out on the chuck, and you could see the little, it's like a total of 10 sparks every pass. It was like these little teeny sparks, and it was like just right. You could tell how flat it was by that alone. Anyway, those are some of the thoughts that were going through my head about making some of those videos. When you have 6 hours of driving, you could do a lot of thinking. Some of it's even useful. So, any topics you guys want to chat about? Well, maybe we'll keep this. Maybe we'll keep this at 45 minutes and call it a night. I'm going to take a little drink. While you're thinking of topics, I'll remind you that tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is the premiere of The Engineer and the Illustrator, a 1 hour podcast format. It's video, um, and you might find it interesting. It's a little different, and it's fun. So that'll be on YouTube on the Kinetic Precision NH channel, 6 p.m. premiere. Get up and get to making there almost. Take care, buddy. We'll see you. I'll be back for next Sunday. Surface grinding videos would be great. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on, please make surface grinding videos. It's a lot of work. So I'm making sure that I'm doing the right thing before I commit to that, because it is a lot of work. And you know how much money we make from these videos. Woo-hoo! Yeah, nothing. So, okay. Well, I'm going to wrap it then and say thanks, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you next Sunday at 1300 on the East Coast, the only coast that matters. If I have the arbors and the wheels, you have an idea. Send me your idea. Should we do some live? So one of the things I want to do on these videos is, okay, let's find a hub. Let's check the hub or adapter, whatever you want to call it. Let's mount a wheel on it. Now that we've got a wheel on it, what do we do next? We're going to balance it first. Are we going to true it first? We're going to, how many times are we going to go around that circle? Any opinion on tool makers microscopes? Laney Machine Tech, which is Adam B. He has some opinions on tool makers microscopes. I would listen to him. I do not own a tool maker's microscope. Kind of would like to, but of course, then again, I would like to own everything. So the answer is no. I do not have an opinion. Sorry. They're smaller. Here's an opinion. They're smaller than what do we call those? The optical projection, optical comparators. That's what they call them. Optical comparators. So a tool maker's microscope is a lot smaller physically than a optical comparator, and almost says if you need one, you need one. Yeah. I'll tell you, any microscope in the shop, and I think this is something that John Grimsmo has done, has said, right? Any microscope in the shop is a win because we make chips and we grind stuff, we do all this stuff, and you pick up that cutting tool, you stick that under a microscope, and all of a sudden your eyes are, look at this. We learn a lot just by getting down there and looking at our cutting edges. It's amazing. And I've often said that grinding wheels should be treated like rolls of paper towels. You use them. You use them up, you throw them out, you get another one. Same thing with cutting tools. You use them. They have a lifetime. You use them up. If you have to regrind it, you regrind it. If you have to throw it out and get a new one, you throw it out and get a new one. But if you get a microscope, it really drives home the fact that you are using up that resource. Look at it when it's brand new under the microscope. Go cut for an hour, put it back under the microscope, and you will be a believer that you are actually using up a resource. It's not the family jewels. Okay. Nick says, I keep a stereo zoom scope by where I set up tools. Crazy what you can see on an end mill that looks good to the eye. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I have one too. I have one in the shop, and I have one up in the electronics lab, which is a really nice one. And frankly, I always go up to that one because it's nicer. And I use it for electronics and I use it for tools. And it's an eye opener. Okay, guys, for a Tuesday night, that's pretty good. It's 8:40, and some of you have to be, up and at 'em pretty early. So I'm going to say goodnight from New Jersey. Maybe I'll do this again while I'm down here. Keep an eye out, and we might do some more just like this. This works pretty good. iPhone and MacBook Pro. Have a great night. We'll see you later in the week. Ciao.